Good afternoon and welcome to my message of the day. I'm Warren, the rector here at St Columba's. I remember 20 years or so ago, the Archbishop of York was reported to have gone to a conference for traditional media and got up and said that he'd been doing the statistics of the decline in traditional media compared to the new media on the internet, etc., and that he made the prediction on that rate of decline that by the year 20 something or other, can't remember when, there would be no traditional media left. Of course, the people who were at the conference said, oh, that's not true, because we're going to respond to the situation, we're going to innovate, we're going to change, we're going to make a response and find some space in the new context. The reason he did that is, of course, is because the media love to make that exact same mistake. They look at the rate of decline, look at some of the statistics and say, therefore, by the year 20 something or other, the church will cease to exist. And plenty of people in our churches, I think, have this gnawing feeling that maybe that will happen. I'm not sure. Certainly I have met people who say that anyway, and some clergy too, who feel that that might be the case. And they might say things like the future of the church is not the parish, but house churches. Now, I'm sure house churches are part of the future, just as they are part of the present, but I'm not so sure that the parish, as we understand it now, is going to cease to exist. I know there are plenty of signs of what we might call decline, reduced numbers, increased average age, weakening finances, some of the pathways that we have relied on for people to enter our church, to increase their devotion to Christ, to learn more about their faith, and then to end up in some kind of lay or ordained ministry. I know some of those pathways have lost much of their shine and aren't as populated as much as they were. But all of that is what you'd expect in a society that has shifted from 60 years ago, when we were quite strong. In that 60 years, we've moved to a situation to indifference, and now not just indifference, but open hostility. What I say is that we are finding new ground to stand on. I know the ground might be a bit smaller, and actually there are going to be some bits on it that are new, but that's what we're doing. We are innovating, we are changing. We're finding new ground upon which we can rebuild. Now, it might feel like it's taking a long time and it's slow. Of course it is. And that's because we're not just individuals who can just decide to change. We're a community, and communities take time. We're also a community that is sensitive to experience. So we're not prone to fads that are unproven. So we're not just going to think, oh, let's try this week and the next week try something else. Our innovation, our response to the situation is more measured than that. And we want to keep the depth that is within our tradition and the expression of faith which you can find at St Columba's. So you'd expect the change to be slower than some people might want. But the change is happening, and you can see that, for instance, in some renewal of our pathways, and we're adding some new pathways to the way in which people can connect to the Christian faith through St Columba's Hawthorn, can deepen their faith, and I hope to enter into lay and ordained ministry. Of course, this is what the church has always done. The West has been an unusual culture in Christian history, whereby the faith has been at the heart of its culture for centuries. It's hard to think of anywhere else at any other time where that has happened. But we're returning to what other churches, other Christians have had for the last 2,000 years, where we're a minority, but that actually gives more opportunity for us to speak about the faith. Because if you think about it, say 60 years ago, we perhaps emphasised the continuities between church and society. And in many ways that there were less opportunities to talk about the faith because of that, to show the difference between the faith and what people were living in society. But now, with the decline of the place of faith in our society, I think there are new opportunities. We are going to find new opportunities to be able to speak about and live the faith in such a way that will be attractive to people. It'll be attractive, not relevant. I'm not particularly fond of that word, because if you're relevant today, it just means you're waiting to become irrelevant. But it will be attractive to people who are going to be struggling in a society which it's hard to find meaning or a deeper meaning in your life. There will be new opportunities. That's part of the rebuilding. But of course, the ultimate reason why I have some confidence is because I actually believe in God, in the promises of God, and of the promise of Jesus that He is with us until the close of the age. We can rest assured in that promise of Jesus. Thank you.